Do you prefer a human or an institution? This is a very valuable question when addressing social networking and the fact that people want to be connected to other people. To cover this subject, I'm going to introduce you to Daniel Bass, who is a social media traction project manager. Daniel received his bachelor's degree at Liberty University, currently involved in postgrad work at Middle Tennessee State University. If I could describe Daniel in one single phrase, I would tell everyone that he is a strategic social thinker. We're going to cover a couple things with Daniel here. First of all, Daniel, do people prefer a human or an institution?
Well, Mark, I'm glad you asked that. Certainly people prefer humans because, as Terminator movies have told us, one day technology will rise up and try to enslave us. I'm kidding, that's a joke. I prefer humans because they can have emotions, and emotions are signposts for people to follow. In business, emotions guide us in making decisions about the customer's experience with our brand. And regardless of your industry, the decision maker in the business should constantly be asking themselves what to care about. And let me explain that. Should you care that your video camera has every available high-tech gadget crammed into it, or should you care that it's simple, reliable, and easy to use? Mm-hmm. If it's not easy to use, then it doesn't matter how many gadgets and gizmos it has, you're not going to experience it. You're not going to use it. Do repair technicians need to be patient and friendly? If you're dealing with a homeowner whose whole experience with an air conditioning unit involves turning it off and on, does that repair technician need to have good people skills so that they can explain to the homeowner exactly what's going on in terms that that person can understand? In fact, let me ask you this. Does caring about the soft skills of your frontline employees help get that water heater installed correctly? Or does it help that soup for a table of 20 get prepared? Does it help the groceries get stocked onto the store shelves? And I think we both agree that the answer is no. But what it does is it helps to improve the experience. It matters because the experience people have with you determines whether or not they're going to continue on using your brand. It's the experience the customer has that determines if you get the referral, if you get the return business, and the reputation you'll need to get noticed by others. People expect you to be good at your job. That's expected. What makes a good business great is the experience your customers have with you. And that's where those soft skills come in.
And we're trying to get noticed here.
Yes.
So let me ask this question, Daniel. Where does Twitter fit into the virtual or landscape or the digital landscape?
The digital landscape. Well, first of all, with our clients, one of the first things that we tell people is we want you to imagine that the virtual world is trying to mimic what happens in real life. And so, that's why we use the metaphor of a library, because we want you to imagine that, if you're in Nashville, you're in a virtual Nashville, and your library represents that bricks and mortar structure that you control. It's the repository of all your information. And we also want you to think of social networks like neighborhoods. Facebook is your backyard barbecue, residential neighborhood. LinkedIn is more of the commercial areas of town, the industrial areas of town, where all the businesses are. And in this world, Twitter operates more like a utility. Twitter is for short bursts of information, and Twitter, in acting like a phone company, goes in between and throughout these networks, so that when you have short pieces of information to share, be that a headline with a link that takes you to, a post in your library, or be that some sort of timely piece of information that you want to share with your friends in your community. Twitter is a quick and easy way to do that.
So Twitter could be likened to being just like a phone company.
Yeah, like a utility that connects people.
So does the law of diminishing returns apply to social content marketing?
Well, that's an excellent question, and it depends on the subject of your content. Going back to what we were talking about with content marketing, where your focus is depends upon, how people are going to interact with your marketing. Go to a networking meeting, the Chamber of Commerce or the Kiwanis Club, and talk about yourself and no one else, and you're going to experience the law of diminishing returns. People are going to stop listening to you because they understand that you're not there to serve them or help them at all. You're just there to talk at them. So if all your status updates and all your blog posts are just commercials you've recycled from your mass marketing efforts, then yes, you can expect the law of diminishing returns to hit you right in the face.
Very good. So what's the best way, or what's your recommendation on the best way that a brand can build a fan base online?
Aside from dropping huge bundles of money from the sky, well, the short answer is that you have to have some significance in a person's life. And Mark, notice I said some significance and not monumental significance. We need to understand that, when we start by understanding that people will become fans of your brand for different reasons, what's important there is that they discern some sort of connection. With a lot of home service industries and businesses, it's a big deal that you're a local business. And so showing those local connections to local charities, local schools, events, things that only someone who lives in that area would know or understand or connect with, that's a big deal. Your business might sponsor a kid's hockey team, and that's why people are a fan of you. Maybe they're in the same Harley-Davidson motorcycle club as your service manager. Maybe the waiter they had on their last visit to your restaurant is a huge fan of the same college team that they are. I know that my father will step over 20 restaurants to get to a restaurant where there's a Texas Longhorn football fan. That's just the way he's wired, and that's the way people are wired. They want to do business with someone that they have some sort of connection with. And that's why, however trivial the connection might seem, it's still a connection, and those trivial connections could mean the difference of you getting the business or that business going somewhere else. When you start creating content that talks about what you value in other people, your vendors, your customers, the people who are in your organization, you'll create fans because each of those people has somebody that cares about them. And when you use your time and resources to serve other people, you're going to create fans.
And we're looking to create fans.
Yeah.